Good afternoon, this is Colton with Build Brothers Roofing and Solar doing a digital roof inspection here for a homeowner out in Chula Vista. They do have a Sunrun installed roofing solar system on here, and we're inspecting the roof and as well as around the solar as well, because the homeowner is showing signs of wood rot on the eaves. That's typically where we see it happen first. This type of roof is a concrete S-tile roof built in 1984, and the homeowner is the original owner. So we can tell that this is the original roof. Definitely got the money's worth out of it on this roof with no really big roofing issues over the years. But I will point out some issues to the paper and the mortar that I see. Some routine maintenance has been done on this roof in sections like this where there's been some mastic applied. These old water heater tubes actually usually we can cancel because usually they're not used anymore. But yeah, so some sensitive areas I noticed is mortar like this is getting old and cracked. We can even see a crack associated right here where water can get directly down to the paper, and even behind it right here. This is the more than likely north side facing of the roof because it has more moss growth, and as well the solar is always put on the south facing side because it gets more sun exposure. So there's a little bit more green moss associated over here because it gets less sun. Wanted to point out a cracked tile over here by this conduit line. You know, more than likely some of these cracked tiles occurred when the solar was installed. So if we see something like this that needs to be replaced, you can see what the underlayment looks underneath. Definitely showing signs of wear, definitely showing signs of color distortion over the years, so that means leading to water and whatnot. This is one cracked tile. There was one more. But something like that would be replaced during a roofing project. We would never try and glue it together. We would always replace it with a new tile. There is one more over here that I noticed had a little crack. And if we're looking at this section right here, well, we can see there is definitely wear and tear going on right here, dust over the years, discoloration happening. I will replace these as best I can for the homeowner. We'll get on the solar side over here. We have what looks to be a 15 panel system. It's actually a sun power panel, which is really good. It's actually what we install. It's great production, great value. But we can see on a tile like this, and that's what we call the slip tile. Well, it's a different color than the ones around them. So what happened was during the solar install, they cracked this tile right here. They put a new tile in, but they didn't nail it. And so what happened is it just slid down over the years. This is probably where I can see the most concern with this roof. Right here. We can see they did try and put a little goop there to try and hold the top up. But this section has definitely seen some water damage. We've seen an exposed nail right there. Exposed nails down here. This underlayment is definitely brittle. Definitely, at the end of its life expectancy in this section. Pulled up another little section above where we saw the wood damage, wood rot. More than likely it is water's getting underneath these tiles, traveling down across this. We see, similar signs of deterioration, discoloration, a little bit of a bubble, and actually that section of the underlayment, meaning that the seal is more than likely penetrated. This mortar, all these T-tops would actually get updated with new flashings, reflashed, re-adhered with mortar and whatnot. We would always paint these to match the color of the roof. Something I didn't notice on this roof is ventilation. We really don't see any attic ventilation on this roof. So that's something we would actually add to this roof. It's part of a roofing project. But we want that attic to breathe and stay dry. The chimney has done some maintenance over the years because they usually are sensitive areas. So there's been mortar actually applied around the whole counter flashing. We would rip that up, redo the counter flashing, redo the seal around it, and make sure that it's solid. But yeah, so in my professional recommendation, we're seeing signs of underlayment, deterioration on both sections of this roof. Professional recommendation would be to look at the full roofing project. We could handle the solar tear off and reinstallation, but we can offer a repair option as well. Thank you, bye.